Alright, eating some Filipino food today. Got some calamansi, my favorite drink here. So my favorite Filipino food is sisig. And we got some garlic rice and some calamari. Hi guys, Max Mahai on Android.com, where we get on Android every day. Anyway, yesterday I posted the low light performance between the OnePlus 3T versus Pixel, and a lot of you Pixel whores were sourmouth. Left some comments like, "Oh, you're not a good reviewer at all," or just left some stupid comments. And you didn't really read the fine print. I mean, I put it in the description, but I said I'll have part 2. I was just shooting in the street, and I was giving you my thoughts. And you know, really, it's my opinions, and you don't have to always agree with them, because I actually provide you the original photos. So you can always judge for yourself. But I took some more shots last night, and I want to really figure out what was going on with the OnePlus 3T. Why there was so much less noise than on the Pixel XL. Now, what I was referring to yesterday, and if you were watching carefully, you will notice that I was referring to the noise level. Of course, on any camera, if you set the ISO to super high, you're going to get more details, but at the same time, you're going to get a lot of noise. You really have to compare the cameras where the noise starts. So less noise usually means better. Alright, because you can always crank up the ISO, get more details. But with that said, let's actually go take a closer look at yesterday photos and the day before. Let's go do this, baby. Hi guys, so what I got here on my left is OnePlus 3T and Pixel on the right. Now this is the first shot I took yesterday in HDR mode with OnePlus 3T. You can see there's a ton of noise up here. Obviously, HDR mode on the 3T works differently from Pixel, whereas Pixel, you get the best photos using the HDR ON mode. Now, I did switch on HQ mode, which is basically slower shutter speed and noise reduction for the 3T. And you can see here how much cleaner the noise is. Now, I'm not talking about the details or the exposure level, which the Pixel does a ton better. I'm just talking about a noise level. You can see there's a ton less noise. It really cleans up your image. Now, if you go look at the side, you will see that the Pixel picks up a ton more details, exposes correctly, while the 3T has trouble. It is very slightly blurry. And also, I took these shots all one-handed, which means the Pixel XL does a ton better job of stabilizing your shot when you have shaking hands. And look at the car, especially here, very blurry. This one you can see almost very clear. Right, in this next photo, you will also notice here, notice right up here, that the Pixel has a ton more noise, a lot less noise. Of course, if I were to choose one of these photos, I would probably choose the Pixel. Obviously, because you get a ton more details, better exposure. But all I'm talking about in my last video was the amount of noise. All right, that is something done on the camera, and it is actually amazing how well it reduces the noise. All right, in this photo, you see that the Pixel exposes the lights better, where it gets really blown out with the 3T. And as far as the sign goes, you can see how the noise reduction really cleaned up the photo. Now, you do lose a ton of details, but you can see here a lot less noise. Alright, it doesn't mean the photo is better, it just means it has better noise reduction. Alright, but go to the left and you will see the 3T fall apart in details, just sort of blurs everything out. Alright, this is the last photo I took. Let's go ahead and zoom in on the Safeway. You can see it's a lot cleaner with the 3T. There's a lot more noise, of course, everywhere here. Look at this. There's no noise in this box here. Now the Pixel exposes a lot better, and also look at the inside. You can actually see the whole inside of the store, which is pretty amazing for Pixel. This is one of the strengths of the Pixel. Go ahead and go to the left and you'll see it start blurring again. And all the photos show that it's a lot more clear details with the Pixel. But what I am saying is the noise reduction is pretty amazing here. Alright, as you can see in the photos, the noise reduction is pretty amazing on the 3T. Now, detailed exposure level, nowhere near the Pixel, but the fact that you can remove all of that noise with its special HQ mode, I think it's pretty amazing. Anyway, next I want to address another topic. A lot of people were leaving these ignorant comments that you should turn HDR off on the Pixel to get noiseless videos. Well, I'm going to prove you wrong right now. If you've never used a Pixel, the HDR mode is not just HDR, it's also sort of noise reduction for the Pixel. So in low light, if you want to take the best photos, you will want to use HDR on mode, not auto on. We had a big discussion about that. So let me go ahead and explain this for those of you never used a Pixel. Let's go ahead and take a quick look. All right, guys, so on the left is HDR off on the Pixel. On the right is HDR on. Now, let me go ahead and zoom in to show you the differences. And you will see here, it's a lot cleaner on the HDR on mode. Exposure is better. This is why I use HDR on mode. But let me go ahead and show you with more photos. All right, here's another shot. Go ahead and zoom in the children 14 under. You can see with the HDR on, it's a lot cleaner, a lot less noise. Whereas HDR off, the letters are harder to read. A lot more noise. Okay, here's another shot. HDR off, HDR on. This is like complete darkness with just one light up here. And you can see my daughter's face is a ton cleaner. This is like night and day. All right, especially zoomed out. I would not want this photo, but I would want the HDR plus photo. Look at amount of noise on HDR off. All right, that is why we use HDR on for Pixel. This is not for all phones, just for the Pixel or Nexus 6P. That's how it works. All right, here's another photo of my car. HDR off. My God, look at the ugly noise. HDR on. All right. All right, now that I have clarified that the HDR on mode works better in low light, let's go ahead and compare the HDR on mode, which is the best for low light for the Pixel, versus the HQ mode on the OnePlus 3T. Let's go take a quick look. All right, guys, OnePlus 3T on the left, Pixel on the right. This is HDR on mode. This is HQ mode. All right, let's go ahead and center in. That's where I focus. We'll go ahead and compare the center and the edges. You can see here, wow, look at the OnePlus 3T. It does a ton better job of showing details, removing noise than the Pixel here. And also all this sign here looks way cleaner. But you will notice that Pixel XL does expose better. You can actually see the inside a little bit better. Now let's go ahead and go to the left side. And right about here, you'll see a lot more details with the Pixel. All right, while the OnePlus 3T gets a little noise reduction and it just gets blurry. All right, in this next photo, let's go ahead and zoom in on the center. Now you can see here, they're actually almost equal, maybe slightly more details with the Pixel XL. Amount of noise, maybe slightly less with the OnePlus 3T. But I'm actually very amazed how the HQ mode, I mean, it's not as detailed or the exposure is not as good as the Pixel. But look at the photo, it does keep up. With its HQ mode, it sort of keeps up right there. Not bad at all. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this photo here. All right, in this photo, again, the 3T does not bad. As far as noise, the 3T actually does better. And also, it actually exposes this part up here a little bit better. And again, here, although it makes everything smooth, it does sort of clean up the shot. And with that said, zoomed out, I really can't tell a ton of difference between the two photos. I think they both did pretty good job. A little bit more details with the Pixel, a little bit smoother with the 3T. All right, here's the ultimate battle of when you're actually taking photos of people. And I think the Pixel definitely wins out here. A lot more cleaner. You can actually see Cotton Candy here. That's the name of her cat thingy for her wood. You can see it's a lot more unclear here. You can see here where the 3T falls apart. The noise reduction just kind of gets rid of all the fine edges. All right, the noise reduction works great, but it doesn't mean it is the best camera. All right, it just means it has very good noise reduction. Again, here taking a look, the HDR mode on the Pixel actually has less noise, brighter. As far as details, I think the 3T actually did better a little bit here. So I think the camera settings also slightly change on every shot. So depending on that auto mode, sometimes you could do better with the 3T. Sometimes you can better do with the Pixel. And here's the last shot I want to show you guys. In this shot, you can see the Pixel does a lot better in exposing the lights. Also down here versus the 3T. You will see it slightly overexposes the Budweiser sign, slightly hazy over here. Now let's go to the edge, right? And this is where it makes a huge difference. It's a lot cleaner details, while the 3T, it's a little bit cleaner here, less noise, well, less details. So that's pretty much it. All right, so to wrap it up, which one has better camera? All right, bottom line, Pixel still wins by a mile. All I'm saying is that the 3T reduction mode is pretty amazing. Even though it has much smaller camera sensor, the OnePlus 3T can almost keep up as far as noise levels. Of course, not in details or exposing the lights correctly, but I am surprised that it is able to come this close in low light situation to the Pixel. Now the noise reduction mode is really sort of cheating. I'm sure if Google put the same thing here, it's gonna look ton better than the OnePlus 3T. But I think having that feature is very innovative. They're able to squeeze out a little bit more quality out of low light shots on the OnePlus 3T. So I am actually really impressed. If you guys are thinking about getting the OnePlus 3T, if you guys are worried about low light performance, just use the HQ mode. It's not going to be the best out there, but then again, it's going to keep up pretty close in certain situations if you get lucky with no lights to expose, not too many details. The OnePlus 3T could possibly give you better photos than the Pixel. So to wrap it up, OnePlus 3T HQ mode, very good for low light, reduces noise, does not make your photos better, but it does a terrific job of reducing the noise, allowing you to get rid of those wrinkles at night. And also if you're using the Pixel, make sure you use the HDR on mode, not HDR auto, because sometimes it will just put it into regular mode. You have to really force the phone into HDR on mode. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I try to answer most of your questions and I hope I answer them. Have a great day, folks. Don't fight over which phone is better. The Pixel is still gonna win it. The hardware physics, the HDR mode, it's gonna give you better photos than OnePlus 3T. I'm damn surprised how well it kept up with the Pixel. I'll have the original photos that you can download so you can also compare. I'll have a great day, and as always, stay on Android.
Click here to subscribe.